I'd actually been looking for a very specific car for about 2 months. I'd been checking car gurus like every day. I wanted a car that was a convertible, all-wheel drive, and there aren't that many of them. And that car popped up the day it popped up. That day I was calling him. I think I called him 4, 5, 6 times that day. I didn't hear back. I called him again the following day, and that's when he answered. I said, I saw your advertisement. Is the car still available? He said, yes, come on down.
So no conversation about price?
Never.
Okay. Then you head down to his dealership. What conversation happened?
I saw the car. I drove it. We went inside. He started writing up the contract. I'd already been there for some hours. I probably should have paid closer attention. No higher advertised price ever came up. But when I reread the contract later that night or the next day, I realized that there was that discrepancy.
Hold on. You're signing off on these documents, and your eyes never clued in on the actual price of the car?
That's right. I haven't bought that many used cars. It was one number right at the top between stuff, and I probably should have caught it. So I financed the car through him, and I asked him specifically, I said, I want to pay the car off in just a few months. Is there going to be any additional charges, anything like that? He said, no, it was just the interest on what I was financing.
Okay, Mr. Margarete, is that how you remembered the conversation when he came to your dealership?
It's completely false. First of all, when he walked to my dealership, I already knew what I was dealing with. The guy called me at least 2 weeks straight. He must have called me at least 25 times. David, lower the price. I can't afford it. And I told him, you know what? Come on in. I'll work it out with you. When I ran his credit, he had the worst credit in the history. I went in the morning to get the credit, because usually we run the credit when somebody walks in. I can't even get him financed. Why don't you ask him when he walked in how high he was? He was smoking so much weed.
Hold on.
No, I'm sure, because I don't think he forgets what the conversation we had. I mean, this guy was high the whole time. I told him I need about $4,000 down payment. He said, David, all I have is $2,000. I can come up with maybe another $500 maybe in a couple of weeks. And I told him I'll work with you. Just give me the $2,000 down. And, I give you $500 credit. You pay me in 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then I had to chase him. I had to call him so many times. I have all the text messages. I'm hoping I can still give me till the end of the week, as we discussed, and I will have the $500 at $420 for us. This is only a one-time schedule change and won't happen going forward. You can see all the text messages. I even told him, you know what, just bring the car back. I'll give you a refund. I didn't feel comfortable because he was just smoking like the whole time he was in my office. Just smoking weed. I've never seen anything like this in 20 years in the business, to tell you the truth.
All right. Didn't you owe him $500 for the down payment?
No, that's...
You did not?
No,
you didn't agree to pay $2,500 down?
I had made a $2,500 down payment the day of, and that's listed in the contract.
Do you have proof of that payment?
I don't have it.
No, you honest. $2,500. He gave me $2,000. $500 pickup payment like a month later. He only gave me $2,000 down payment.
If you look at the bottom of the page, it says
$2,500. I even sent the repo company to go after him, but they found out that he was living in it, so I couldn't repossess the car.
You decided to repossess the car because he wasn't making his monthly
he was always late on his payment.
Okay. At some point, there was an accident that the plaintiff was involved in, totaled the Audi.
That's karma.
And there was a payout of $15,000.
Yes.
And your share of that was $8,913.
That was the balance on the contract.
The balance of the loan. Okay. And then the remainder went to you. Is that correct? So how much did you receive?
Right. I got about $5,200.
Was that more than you had already paid for the car?
They had valued the car at about 45% higher than the price I supposedly paid.